track record of good corporate governance and generating power both from coal as well as from solar. In fact, we were in touch for last few months, primarily because of complete of a separate region. In pre-COVID period, Assam peak hour power demand was 1800 to 1900 megawatt, but in post-COVID, suddenly there are a lot of activity in Assam, and now the peak hour demand has gone up to 2400 megawatts of power. So electricity demand is increasing like anything. Numaligarhৰ project অসমত অহাৰ লগে লগে, and there are almost 92,000 crore of industrial investment is either ongoing or it is coming, it is in the pipeline. So all this together, we estimated there will be addition of another 1,000 megawatts peak hour demand in Assam electricity. So today is 2,400. In 2 years of time, as per our very conservative estimate, we will be around 3,500 megawatts. Now we did not know it. Our knowledge of nasile, the power sector demands will increase like this. Although our distribution network we have strengthened with lot of effort, we got lot of support from Government of India. Now also we have got another scheme from Government of India to improve our distribution networks. But the question remains that what will be the source of power? If you take power from the grid, it will cost us 12 rupees. And we cannot sell power to consumer at 12 rupees, which is next to impossible. So we got some information that Ney Valley had some additional power and they are in a position to sign PPA. So we contacted Honorable Minister Coal, Secretary Coal, MD Ney Valley, that can we get some power allocation for the state of Assam. Today, our own production is very low, but there are a lot of central government PSU which are producing power in Assam. So all together, today we are producing, or we have a PPA for almost 2,000 megawatts. That's the limit of PPA. If NHPC Subansiri come, then we will get another 500 megawatts, but that is a hydel power. That will not be available throughout the year. So we thought that what is our capacity? We found that we can do a project in Kopili. So we have started that project, 120 megawatts. Another Borpani hydel project, 25 megawatts. But after that, we don't have hydel potential. So we requested Ney Valley. So there is a proposal going on. Ney Valley has in principle agreed us to Government of India that they might give us 200-250 megawatts of additional power from UP. But that will also be subject to concurrence of the Government of Uttar Pradesh, because that is again a joint venture. So while discussing all these things for last 6 months, a parallel idea developed that whether we can produce solar power in Assam. Already in Anman, Ney Valley is producing solar power. So during the conversation, we got to the level that there was a meeting of mind, and we decided we are going to float a joint company, and we will produce 1,000 megawatts of solar power in the state of Assam through a joint venture company. Paula Joshiji has blessed the idea, and today we have signed that historic MOU where 49% shares will be with the Government of Assam, 51% with Ney Valley, and together we are going to have 1,000 megawatts of solar power in the state of Assam. So this is from the perspective of state of Assam, this is a huge occasion. I think we never thought of producing 1000 megawatts power from a single source, and so far we are only dependent on the central government PSU, because our own generation will be just 300 megawatts or like that. But today is an important departure that Neyveli is doing that with a complete, almost 50-50 share contribution from both the organization. And this is for the first time we are going to set up JV and we are going to produce solar power. Of course, there are some more plans with the state of Assam so that we can increase our solar power generation. Today we have achieved one milestone with Neyveli, that is for 1000 megawatts. Prime Minister has also through ADB recently in the Government of India Steering Committee meeting in the Finance Ministry, with the blessings of Honorable Finance Minister and Honorable Prime Minister, we could get in principle clearance for another 1000 megawatts of solar power, which will be done completely by APDCL. It is a completely Government of India will give us money, and 20% we have to return, 80% they will absorb by themselves. So that 1000 megawatt EPC power, solar power will come, and 1000 will come from the Neyveli or from this JV. So with additional 2000 megawatts in the daytime, and with our own PP of 2000 megawatts for that cycle which we had, I think Assam will be in a better position for the power during the daytime. So these will also bring investment of 5,000 crores to Assam through Neyveli Road, and of course through Government of India, what I am saying, for the next 1000 we are going to get another 4,000 crore. So 10,000 crore investment in solar power, 2 gigabytes of power, 2,000 megawatts. So it's a big deal if we say from the state of Assam points of view. It may not be big deal when we think about Karnataka, we think about Gujarat, because they are already a engine of growth. These are already big state. But from the point of view from Assam, 2 gigabytes of solar power to the Prime Minister dream. He is dreaming of 500 gigabytes of power, that's 50,000 megawatts. So out of 50,000, if Assam can contribute even 5,000, I think it's a big deal, but that is up to 2035. We have already our own generation of solar power around 200 megawatts. 2000 is coming, so we'll be 2000 to 200 in next 3 to 4 hours. I think that will be a big contribution from Northeast towards fulfilling vision of Prime Minister, that because all these powers will be green power. Now, why our power demand is picking up? So these are not isolated events. For the first time in this financial year, Assam's gross domestic product GDP will cross 5 lakhs crore. So this will be another milestone which we are going to achieve in this year. Our own budget expenditure has gone now beyond 1 lakh rupees. So all these milestones we achieve in this year. Over and above, now farmers know that they can sell rice through MSP. Industry knows that there is a big policy shift is there. There are a lot of incentive in investing Assam. So I think that all these will, whatever our conservative estimate, will go beyond that. Now, what happened in the advanced state? They project 10 years beforehand. But in Assam, we never thought of, today we are in 2022. 2012, we never thought of 2022. And in 2022, we are not thinking of 2032. So that is the biggest issue in the state like Assam. So just now we are discussing in car with Paula Jusiji. He said whatever the political equation, somebody will come, somebody will go. But in state like Karnataka, bureaucrats start thinking about 20 years future right from today. So in Karnataka, bureaucracy has already started thinking that what will be scenario in 2042. But we are probably thinking up maximum up to 2000, 2025 or 26. I think our thinking process need now paradigm shift. We need to visualize Assam. We are talking about Act East policy. We are talking about bringing closer to Southeast Asian countries. Suppose all these happen, are we ready to take up the challenges, ready to take up the changing situation? Do we have hotel? Do we have electricity? Do we have power? Do we have land banks? I mean, we are in absolutely, we are not there. Ami osor kunutore osorot nai. So aji Numoligore industry koribo khuise. Today we are thinking the land ahibo lage, power ahibo lage, but we are not thinking 5 years down the line. They will have an expansion plan where from electricity will come. So now Jogighopa we have started multi-logistic park. But if all the industry comes there, whether power will be available or there or not. Because if you are going to draw power with 12 rupee cost, then Assam economy will break. It will not able to survive. I think this initiative is a futuristic project, this 1000 megawatt projects. And I think Assam should start thinking in futuristic line because we are the gateway for the Northeast. And if all these things happen according to our PM's vision, then we will be the gateway of India for the Southeast Asian countries. So I think we should think in a futuristic line. Now, I have why I am elaborating a little bit of background. In order to meet Assam growing power